This documentary series showcases the work of the Coalition Youth Collective in Maplewood and South Orange, New Jersey, as they interview local artists who share their talents and their experiences during the pandemic and recurring racial injustices. We hope that viewers gain insight on how art keeps us whole as individuals and as a community.
I am Lori Brown Mirabal. I am a professional opera singer. I have been interested in opera for quite some time. I didn't grow up wanting to sing opera, contrary to popular belief. I know a lot of opera singers say, oh, I grew up listening to Marian Anderson. And no, I didn't. I grew up listening to Mahalia Jackson and Aretha Franklin and Patsy Cline. And then, at one point, I auditioned for a show, a musical theater show. I think I was a teenager by that time. And the guy who was the music director asked me, I don't know how he heard opera in my sound, but he heard opera in my sound. And he said, you should consider an opera career. The roles for African American actresses weren't that I thought were exciting and glamorous and powerful, weren't really as available to people of color. But in opera, I was beginning to discover that if you could sing the role, although there were still challenges for the African American opera singer, if you could sing the role, then the role was more available to you. So I thought, whoa, wait a minute, I can do all this. I can act in leading roles, sing beautiful music, learn all these languages, travel the world, and shop. The thing that has sustained me most through these challenging times has been my art. It's been being able to continue to create. My faith has sustained me through these times. I get up every morning and I meditate, and my just being physically active has sustained me through these times. I exercise daily, and exercise does change the mind. It helps to invigorate the mind. It adds focus, clarity, and those are things that I certainly have needed during these times. The challenging thing has been not feeling like I can do anything about all of the things, the tremendous, like the Black Lives Matters movement and the issues that have been happening with especially young Black men of color, because I have 4 brothers. So my heart goes out to these families. I'm feeling something in my gut, visceral frustration. We just need to move on. We need to get this thing out of the way, because we all realize now that race is a construct. It's a made up thing. There is no black or white. It's made up. We're all the same. Science is now telling us that 99.9% of all humans are genetically the same. I just wish we could just get that information into the heads of people, that they would realize that. But when you just realize the silliness of it, it's time for us to get that out there, love one another, celebrate one another. It's just time. It's time for us to do that. But for me, I have to say I worked consistently throughout this period. I've been a writer. I've produced my own things. I was working as a singer virtually. Because of my doctorate in music education, I'm teaching grades 2 to 5. I teach them music, so I get a chance to give back. I created an opera show that I've worked with, the Coalition on Race in South Orange, Maplewood. We've partnered with my opera shows. As soon as the Actors Equity which is the union, one of the unions I belong to, as soon as they allowed us to do some semblance of performing, I was right back at Urban Stages in New York City doing that 3-week show of my show, Charmed Life. I happen to celebrate Black men, and that makes me proud. I celebrate a lot of people in my show, but I was thinking about how many Black men I give homage to, beginning with my 4 brothers and my dad. Of course, my mother, whose favorite quote, "You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here." That has been my undergirding, that's been the energy that has carried me through my life. I love when somebody tells me no, or there's an obstacle. Just give it, bring it, because that's going to give me the fire, the impetus I need to get over. I think the thing that shifted the most for me was I realized how valuable my artistic self is, and that it is imperative to go ahead and do what I very strongly feel I was put on this earth to do, and that is to be a creative artist. And so through this period, it let me know, you just go on and do it. No more excuses, no more, you do that tomorrow, next month. Now is the time. The lessons that I would share with other artists during tough times, whether it be a pandemic or just social injustice issues that are so frustrating and agonizing and it's world weary making. I would say take good care of yourself. Whatever makes you happy, find it. Find that thing that makes you just blissful. Love yourself, adore yourself, do whatever you can do, because your time is coming. It's going to come, and you want to be ready when it comes. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my